Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, I walked away to get some water.
Yeah, yeah,
Hello?
yeah. How is your day?
Hello, hello. How's my day? Pretty early, honestly.
Yeah.
Um, I'm from the States, so it's early in the morning, so just getting started, actually. But I'm sure it's gonna be an awesome day,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah.
So,
That's all right. That's all
yeah.
right. Yeah, I think the schedule's been kind of busy, so there are not too many time slots in the evening available. At least as a 2 weeks straight, it's just been all of the time slots been booked. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I saw that when I was getting myself booked. Like, man, you are a busy bee with all the coaching.
well, yeah, two
Actually,
games, two games. Yeah, so there's quite a lot of people now.
hmm oh yeah, with Marvels. Yeah, that's actually why because you and I have spoken before, and I was originally gonna do Overwatch, but then I tried out Marvels, and I was kind of got hooked on that, so I kind of disappeared because of that game,
Yeah, yeah.
and and yeah, so that's why. But kind of liking Marvels right now. It's been fun. It's been I don't know, slightly different from Overwatch
Yeah,
in a good way.
100%. 100%. Yeah, some of the similarities, but there are also a lot of different things in Marvel Rivals too. So, yeah, it's quite an interesting
Yeah.
game. And yeah, tell me what's the news, just how's the practice, what you've been working on in this game, what kind of characters you play and such. Yeah, just give me all the
Yeah.
updates, I guess.
I try to, I don't know, for me, I try to keep an eye on my cover. I try to I usually like playing support. I usually like playing Invisible Woman,
Hmm.
Luna, what do I got on? And I play a little bit of tank. Like I like Penny and Groot, but you won't see much Penny. I usually play support. Um, I usually play Luna and like I said, Luna, Invisible Woman,
Oh, yeah.
and 1 second. I would like to learn like maybe one other support that's not Cloak and Dagger, but we'll see about that. And I usually try to. And you said, what do I practice on? I don't know. I usually try to keep an eye on my cover. It's usually not great. That's usually why I try to keep an eye on it. I'm hoping to get learn other things. Like I just saw you came out with a video called power positioning, so I thought that was kind of interesting. I haven't gotten through it because you just released it like 20 minutes ago, but
Oh, yeah, it
I thought that
was
was
a
kind of cool.
masterclass from yesterday. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, those I've been enjoying those. I was watching those, and yeah. Is there? I'm trying to think if there's anything else to your question.
Oh, yeah.
think I, I think that's everything. Usually I just focus cover and try to be aware as much as possible. It doesn't always work. Um, I'm hoping today. I don't know if the video I got is going to be any good. I got my butt whooped in it,
Yeah, that's
and
okay. Hmm.
I was hoping to go over it. I was hoping we could talk about, especially specifically, maybe on. It was a Thor game. I got to find it. I think it was this one. Yeah, it was this one. Well, it wasn't a. It was a Invisible Woman game, I should say. But there was a Thor on the other team who was beating me up all game, and I just didn't know what to do. I had no idea what to do. Like I just kept walking in, dying. There was definitely a couple of sad solo queue moments where both my support teammate and we double defensive ult by accident. It's kind of a messy game, but I think there's could be some stuff to learn for me, especially about Thor, since I
Yeah.
don't really know how he works like combo wise. What I don't know what Thor's usually looking for and stuff, and he usually beats me up pretty well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That makes sense. Makes sense. We can go with
Mhm.
that 100%. And, well, besides that, so you mentioned Thor. Well, do you notice any pattern, anything what you've been struggling with in this game right now? Or what do you think?
I'm not. See, that's the thing. I'm not very good at always picking up my own patterns.
Hmm.
That's the thing. That's kind of one thing that I like about coaches. It's
Yeah.
like you guys can be the observant person of like, hey, you have a bad behavior of doing this, you die like this, and it happens. Seems like a behavioral thing. Um, yeah. So I sorry, I know I'm kind of putting it back onto you. That's not my goal. It's just I'm not always the best at figuring out what my own patterns are
No, that's
sometimes.
completely fine. Yeah, it's just always, I think, important to ask that question because if there's anything you notice, we could go over that a little bit more. Just go over in depth.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not sure about the specific matchup, or like you mentioned, not sure how to play with versus Thor. That already gives us direction.
That's
So
yeah.
this is good.
Yeah. I'll admit I'm not always the best at like learning counters. Like I don't know who counters Invisible Woman for the most part. I just kind of play my characters to the best of their ability, even if I'm being like hard
Yeah,
countered.
yeah. Because the
Um,
thing is, it's like such an old theory. Like this guy counters this guy 9 years playing Overwatch, and this game now people also gonna talk about that because it's kind of easy short-term solution for a lot of people to just figure out what character to play in swap. But there are a lot of downsides
yeah.
into that because you're playing multiple characters, then you have to learn a lot of micros, and because you also
Mhm.
do that, then we're not learning our skills the most effective way, and so we stuck with our long-term goals, and suddenly you're trying to counter the short-term, maybe work sometimes, maybe not, but the long-term goals suffer and just not able to climb because of it. The reality is most of your 99% effort should be focused on the performance, because if you're able to perform correctly, then you will not be stuck. You will be
Yeah.
just climbing the ladder. That's why there are a lot of streamers out there already doing those unranked 2 GMs, just 100% win rate and 90% win rate. It's just because all the skills, really, most of those skills translated to from maybe Team Fortress 2 or just that Overwatch as well. This can also be translatable to this game, and it's just applying all the skills
Yeah.
in well manner. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I had nothing. So I was just agreeing.
Yeah. So we can focus on one of the games then. You just
Okay.
can send me in the code. Yeah, let's just go through that,
Um,
see what we can
yeah, give me
work
a
on.
second.
Yeah.
You know, I have the replay ID here, but I don't know how to send that on. I don't know how to send it. Like match replay ID. It's copy, but I don't know how do I
Yeah,
send
you
that to you?
just copy, so you just click. It should say replay ID. Okay, now you click on that, and it's already copied. It should be in your what's it called, cache. Yeah, so you just click. I will show you. Okay, I'm just gonna screen share.
Okay.
This is the easy way. Go in your history. Okay, can you see the stream now?
Yeah. Watch stream.
Yep.
I think this is you. Gefest, and then there's me. Yep, I see you.
Yes, okay. So you go on the history, you just click there, and there's gonna be some of the matches. You click on replay ID, and this is already copied. So you're just gonna be
Yeah,
pasting it in my Discord DMs.
it's already copied. Okay, so let me see.
Yeah, you're just copying that automatically.
Oh, okay. So you just need the number, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. That we do only
Okay.
need the number. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Okay, let's just go over this game and well,
All right.
the other questions, well, so I'm not sure what we're struggling with right now. That's okay. We can just notice any patterns. Playing in with women, cloak and
Yeah.
dagger. That's good.
Like I said, this is a pretty messy game on my end. It is what it is. I might have been. And if this game doesn't work out, we can go through find some other games. But yeah, this is the one I guess I'll send. So yeah.
That's okay. That's okay.
Uh,
We can start with something. And what's your rank right now?
Currently it's GM3. I just got in there. Like, I would say I'm more diamond. Like, if you look at my competition, I'm always in diamond. I cracked into GM3 and haven't really touched it since then because that was kind of like my original goal was to make GM.
Oh yeah.
I was like, that's weird, right? I know it's kind of like boosted ranks and stuff, but I don't know. So that's where I'm at. GM diamond.
No, it's good. I think
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of the skills, a lot of the just how you wanna play the game, it's really can be translatable from Overwatch as well. And that is the last time we spoke with you. We just talked about the Kiriko, I think was mostly positional stuff. And yeah, a lot of this can be translatable to this game.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your name in here?
Mind Eye.
Mind Eye. Okay, let's take a look. So we're starting as Invisible Woman, been struggling with
And
a Thor.
I don't switch. I play her the whole time. Like I said, this is not. Yeah, it's not very good.
I think it's okay. Again, as I mentioned before, you can just first off see what it can do with your performance. That is always going to be the most important to us. And I'm thinking, yeah, let's just watch those two, or maybe this first fight, and then we can talk about some of the things. Okay, so we noticed that you guys start on the top, which I think is good. Actually, GM players now, they start using the stop. They're not just stuck down main. That's great to see some improvements made. Maybe the part of that were my masterclasses, because I've been telling people, like, you guys don't want to play down main. Well, there's a time you gotta stop the point, though. But yeah, it's really important to control those positions first, the map control. We have decent position over here, but eventually we just need to find a suitable sideline for us to do both pressure and the damage. Well, just pressure, well, healing your team and the pressure on the enemy. Yeah, let's just say that. Okay, so the first fight kind of was a little bit chaotic. Some of your teammates got picked off, but to be honest, some of the things we can already see, and this can be connected to what you mentioned just about the you've been struggling with the Thor, okay? I think a lot of your kit, yeah, we just need to pay attention to that, your resource management, what you're gonna be doing with that to make sure you either enable or disable the enemy. Yeah, enable, it's all about enabling one of your teammates, yeah, just saying, okay, who's doing the most on the field, and then you support their action, and disabling is just supporting, well, disabling the most active on the enemy team action, okay? So now, if we look at it, you have your E, you have your shift, all of those abilities, they allow you to potentially do something on the field. Yeah, and also your right click, of course, this also kind of big supporting tool. So my question to you is, what do you usually do with your abilities? What's your thought process about those?
I usually like to keep I usually like. I guess for me, I use my push and pull usually. I think more defensively, unless I do see someone like really out of position that I can pull towards my team.
Oh yeah.
My shift, I usually just try to do a lot of spam damage, or I may use it to counter another ability. Maybe I'll like chuck it at a Punisher turret, for example. So, and then my space bar is my mobility tool to get out of bad situations. So
yeah, mostly.
It's kind of my view on it.
Yeah, mostly. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, you don't have as much mobility, so 100%. At least we have the double jump, we get invis, and then you can try to stay alive. You just need to try to mess up the enemy's aim, enemy vision, so it's gonna be possible to do most of the time. But yeah, when we looking at it, so we're starting with using the abilities. I think just once they started approaching the high ground, yeah, just kind of break it down a little. So you have all your abilities available, and the enemy Magneto, I think enemy Thor, they start just pushing the stop high ground there, and then you start using your E. Yeah, your intention is, okay, what if I can just try to displace the Thor, it seems. Hey, you kind of pull them towards your team. Okay. So what do you think about this pull? Is it something what disables their activity? Let's just call it that. Yeah. Do you mess up them doing something?
I don't know if it disabled them. I think it was like, well, if I just pull him right here, we'll be able to do some damage to him. But then he like does that, I guess.
Right.
So
right.
That was my thinking.
Right.
Like we could maybe not even kill him, but just hurt him pretty badly, to punish him for coming up here to us.
Yeah.
That was my thinking.
I think this looks pretty decent. Yeah, it's just what you did. He actually messed up his engagement a little, I think, to be honest. However, the thought process is just been mostly based on their positioning, right? You see they are going in, and then you start messing them up. Yeah, you start just kind of doing something. Yeah, like right now it feels, well, they may be aggressive with their position, I can try to pull them in. Yeah, so there's gonna be a lot of damage. Now my question to you is there's anything else besides positioning you could be looking at so you will mess up them real bad even more? let's just
maybe my angle, maybe I could be a little bit more aggressive.
Think about their abilities, of what they are looking to do. If you're looking, what kind of abilities you might look to mess up. Let's just call it this.
Ooh, what is like Thor looking for? What does he want from me? Is that like maybe he wants my push because he can
Well,
jump on me?
let's just
Maybe.
talk about his abilities. How he is applying
Okay.
pressure. What Thor is doing with his abilities. Yeah, we can maybe just look at him a little bit more. So we kind of break down. Maybe you're not familiar with him entirely.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. But
I know
mhm,
he can dive with his hammer,
mhm,
right? He can go forward. He has a dash.
mhm.
Uh, help him move around, and then I know he's got the big lightning thing, and that gives him additional health. So that's what keeps him as a tank alive.
Mhm.
Uh, I don't know how he combos his moves though. I don't know like what his combos are at all. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like I guess he dives in and then hits you, and then I don't know.
Yeah,
Um,
overall, yeah, it's about to dive. There are two variations to kind of simplify. Either is gonna dive you with regular abilities, you just go in, use the hammer, and it's either shift, yeah, dash, just try to displace the enemy a little bit, one of your teammates, and also use the right click, yeah, for extra burst. It's also just, you use mouse one, right click, and then they're gonna be doing more damage. It's kind of their combo. Or he can also use their awakened form. Yeah, that is where they have the most damage output. That is what usually they're looking at most of the time. He
okay.
just sometimes, well, a lot of times, if they use that, like for example now, then you will mess them up. Yeah, you will mess them up because they cannot disengage. That's why it's really important to find a good time for
Okay.
them to use the
And
awaken.
the freedom form, whatever you said it was called, that's his big move, right? The one that allows him to
Yes, yeah.
shoot them. Not his ultimate, but the three hammer one. Okay.
Yeah,
Just want to
yeah,
make
yeah,
sure.
yeah. The tree hammer, they use this F ability, awakened, is when they start
That's what
sowing
it's
all the
called.
charges.
Okay.
Yeah, 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 exactly. They gonna stand still, but do immense amount of damage, immense amount of burst, and that is one of the best time for you to look to mess them up. But sometimes they not always use that. Yeah, especially their rank, they will be smart. Yeah, like I mentioned, they will try to just use their regular abilities, and that's what they're looking to do. But
Okay.
that's what's important to us. Yeah, we need to look not only one trigger. So right now it's been for you their positioning. This can be good enough, but I want you in addition to also try to add anything extra you see and try to mess that as well. So how it looks like on the paper. Usually when you're trying to mess up the ICDs, what you're looking for is you looking to use your primary fire to just do something, maybe pressure them. Maybe you also use primary fire on one of your teammates, you're healing, but this is how it looks like. And mouse one, it's gonna force to do something from the enemy team. They will try to use their cooldowns. Okay, and once the cooldowns are used, it doesn't matter what. He may use Awaken, he may use regular abilities, and then you can mess up him with your own cooldowns. Okay, and now I just want you to see what the Thor is doing now and find this good moment for you to mess him up. Okay, so notice that what they're doing now, there's only positional commitment, and maybe they're using the E as well, but is it enough? Yeah, they're trying to put them now and then they escape. You see that? So it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
just works other way around. Yeah, you invested your cooldown first, and then they answered with theirs. Okay, but you see
Okay.
what you could be looking for instead, right? What would be the better time for you to mess him up right now, potentially?
Prob how to mess him up with my shift maybe my portal, not my portal, my
Just
AOE damage spell.
watch the timing. Watch the timing. When it's better to mess him up? Is it to do it now when there's no ability investment, to do it earlier when the Tor is actually gonna invest something like his dash? What do you think?
I guess now would be a good time because
Potentially.
now it's on cooldown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
potentially. You see, okay. But right now, this guy is scared, right? Because you invested your ability, right? And they're actually getting better cooldown trade because of it, because you invested your ability first. What I want you to try to do instead is let this guy invest, and typically cooldowns, it's either going to be
Okay.
mobility or some of the burst. Yeah, they maybe do this awaken form right now, or they use their dash right now. You notice the investment, and because it's on 2 seconds cooldown, you can find the timing to just try to displace them. Yeah, try to just punish them right away. Okay, so you
Okay.
know, but you see what I mean, because now you are exactly looking to mess them up when they can escape from you. Yeah, it's really easy. But like, just wait for them to do more additional pressure, and later you can commit. Yeah, later you can try to just displace them. Does it make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. We'll dive into that more again. We'll just watch all the examples and see. Is there two things? Yeah, one thing is positional commitment, and second, are they investing something with the cooldowns? And notice, are you using your E correctly based on that? And your shift, well, the shift, we'll talk about that as well. But yeah, let's look at the E. Okay, so this is when it's getting recharged. Yeah, we're just pressuring, keeping the pressure on the enemy, and the Thor is going in. Yeah, they use their dash and they start committing. Okay, and then we just switch the attention towards the main. It seems kind of we don't have the perfect opportunity, at least based on the sidelines. Yeah, there's maybe nobody who you can mess up, but if you're looking at it right now, where's the actions happening? Actually, what do you see?
Kind of in front of me, I feel
Yeah.
like the Wolverine. I
Yeah.
should be with them, and I gotta see that I kind of leave them behind.
Yeah, exactly. It's just nothing's happening there yet. Well, maybe there's gonna be pressure soon, but this is something you can mess up. This is something because they are investing. When they use their dash, you can just pay attention to that and use your E. Or there can also be something like Wolverine jump. Again, they use that. Sorry, it's here Wolverine. Yeah, let's say they use something like Psylocke dash. Yeah, this can also something you might mess up. Or maybe their Hala uses shift. Invest cooldown, you can also try to mess them up again. Now, always pay attention to that. There was a time, just again, if we go back, this guy used his dash right now. Mess him up, displace him towards you, and this Wolverine guy will have easier time to grab him.
Now would be a good time to pull them in.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You see that? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now we're gonna just watch and see the next. What are we gonna be doing with our abilities? All right, we have this main sideline. You have to just reset a little. Seems it should be okay to just try to maybe pull them back a little. I think it's completely fine. But then, yeah, our next, yeah, let's just see that. What do you think? Are they making a commitment, and are you punishing their commitment right now with your E, or what's your thoughts? What it looks like?
Well, they're definitely committing to chasing us since they know
Yep.
they have the numbers.
Yep.
I mean, I'm being hit by the left by Psylocke. So,
Yeah, so is it reasonable now, based on what we mentioned, positional commitment, cooldowns commitment? Is it reasonable for you to use E right now, based on those criteria?
to get them away from me, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So this is what I want you to recognize. This guy uses the shift, and they're also committing with their position, so you can try to mess him up. However, there can be another layer as well. Something you can keep an eye on too is just the question is what is going to be more dangerous, because you need to use your E on the most active person, and that's why you have to do a lot of anticipation of what the enemy might do. Look at the enemy team and think who might be more threatening towards you typically. Like, what kind of characters can chase you down? What do you think? What it looks like?
I mean, well, in this case, it would be the big sense. It'd be the Psylocke and the Thor.
Yeah, Psylocke. Yeah, exactly. Psylocke and the Thor. Yeah,
that's what happens.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. And see, this is something you want to notice. I think these guys right now, they do not make as much positional or maybe like cooldowns commitment yet, but this is something you gotta keep an eye on too, just in case. If they are pressuring me, I want to be ready, maybe ready to also do something and just displace them. Or maybe there's gonna be Thor too, but yeah. Supplying pressure, be ready, using your abilities to help you out to stay alive a lot of times. Yeah, it's one of your shift or maybe displacing abilities. That is something you can do quite frequently. Well, you just have to actually try to reset there and make sure you're able to stay alive. Yeah, I think. Let me see what happened to our.
I guess I just needed to run. I guess.
Yeah. It feels like we're just kind of committing towards the sideline there. Yeah.
Okay.
Where should you gun right now?
Maybe just be behind the pillar that's behind me.
Yeah.
That middle pillar, if you see it, over there.
Talking about this one?
Yeah. I was talking to the right, I guess.
Yeah, well,
That
maybe
probably makes more sense.
yeah.
Yeah, like go maybe somewhere over there.
It's just
So I
creating the
can still
distance.
see
Yeah.
Thor and everyone, but I'm still got some range on everyone, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. And see, your timing with the E, see that? You're kind of just using it only based on positional commitment. This guy's not investing in abilities right now, right? But what if he does this, and then you mess him up? You have 2 seconds window now, and you can work your way through maybe. And additionally, yes, positional stuff also matters. You have the just enough distance between you and that Thor, but you also notice the positional stuff. Yeah, the cooldowns commitment. Just a lot about that. You need to be more deliberate. Remember in Overwatch how I think we did talk about that on Kiriko. Yeah, you use your Suzu to just deny the cooldowns, right? There's a lot of the similarities on what you're trying to do as support. They just might be more difficult to read, but you have to. You have to make sure if they are investing something. I just want to try to mess them up after. Okay. Yeah, does all of it make sense or any questions?
Some of that does make sense. I mean, very much just uh when someone invests in ability for a new position
Mm-hmm.
as a support, it's my job to find ways to mess that position up and what they're trying to do with my own abilities and try to get better trades with ability cooldowns.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
kind of what I've got. I don't
Yeah.
know if that's the answer, but that's what I've gotten.
Yeah, exactly. To maybe kind of quickly show you this idea as well. It's from one of the top players. I think it's Saipe. They actually have insane win rate on with women, 83%. And they're really good at just recognizing who is more active, yeah, at the moment, because it may just be based on 2 variables: positioning, cooldowns of the enemy. They're really good at just trying to displace them and either pull them in or pull them out, depending on what we need. Yeah, if the enemy is really close, of course, you want to pull them out. If they are somewhere just something, especially the long range pressure, you want to pull them in usually. Yeah, we'll see them a lot of times just paying attention to messing up the enemy quite well. So eventually, well, so first off, there's not much going on, maybe not too many people taking angles. There's just the front line to be able to see, but once the fight develops, they will recognize some of the opportunities to mess up the enemy, and we'll see first off who does the big pressure, the big burst, yeah, and seeing the positional commitment. You might anticipate, try to do, just look at their comms, see, well, maybe I expect Wolverine to look for short flanks, try to just grab one of my tanks. So maybe there's going to be bulky, they also have a lot of bursts, you can try to displace them. Even Luna Snow, to be honest, they have a lot of damage they can do. You see where they are right now as well. They're up on this angle, maybe it's not as good quality, but yeah, they just staying on the one of these angles, and this is something I want to try to disable, watching just from what's happening in the field. And this is what you will see them do a lot of times when they actually notice the commitment, so they're kind of patient, yeah, they're not using the ability right away, they're noticing all the triggers, and then they look at this guy actually did commit his ability, and then I can try to just disposition him, yeah, because he is committing not only positionally but also doing something. And later it's just gonna be the same thing over and over again. I want to notice who is the most active at this point of time. Maybe I notice this is Luna Snow. Yeah, there's nobody else who's doing something, so you can try to just displace her. Yeah, you can, because this is as aggressive position, I can try to pull them in. And this is always the thing we will be recognizing on Invisible Woman, trying to just do all of that stuff on the map. Yeah, I just watch a little bit more.
Be patient with your abilities, and when there's abilities being used, use your own.
Yeah. You can definitely not. I wouldn't just say wait for them to do something, but kind of force them to do something as well. That is a good thing, and just because they make that commitment, because you shooting them, because you open up the angles in a comfortable way, then you can try to displace them, and it's gonna be all right. So here we pushing up. Let's talk about the shift as well. That is another thing which allows you to control space actively. Your E is kind of pull in or pull out, yeah, depending on situation. But the shift, yeah, what are you looking for with that? Well, I think you mentioned kind of just regular damage. Yeah, this is what you're looking.
Yeah, I mean more than just damage. You know, sometimes you can use it to create space, right? Deny, like you could separate space for someone who needs And maybe they're in a bad place. You could throw your E or
So what do you think about your shift now? So you're sewing it in. Let me
I
see.
don't hate it here. I mean, there's four of them there. If I can get it between all four of them, I mean, they lose their space.
Let me see where it ended up actually. So you just sew it in and it just flies. Oh, there's a magneto shield. Yes. Okay, so this is what happens. It absorbs your shift. So this is something to keep an eye on 100%. Yeah. Just be mindful about that. But anyway, the intention. Yeah. If I'm sewing it here, let's just think about it like, to give you an analogy, like a surgeon E or maybe Maywall, remember from Overwatch? Okay, so if you would just, or like Groot Wall in Marvel Rivals right now, if you would grow Groot Wall this Magneto, like this people, is it something what gives you a lot of value right now? What do you think?
I mean, if you, yes, like right there, it can because the bots in line of sight. At the same time, they could just walk around it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like right
It
there.
kind
So.
of gives some value, it feels. Yeah, it will give the value, but I'm just thinking there could be even more value. So I'm just thinking because the Recipe team that wants to punish the enemy, what the actions they're trying to do, rather think about your shift like. And you mentioned that creating space, but make sure there's more positional commitment. Make sure the enemy walks into space, so they commit in your space, and then you place that shift behind. Place the shift behind them, and this way they have two choices. They're either gonna take a lot of damage, so let's say the enemy pushes through a little past that line, kinda. They have two choices to either keep pushing forward towards your team, or they will fall back and take damage from the shift. Yeah, thinking about it like that May wall or Groot wall. Remember Surgeon Need, that is one of the concepts I've been talking a lot about in the sessions in Overwatch as well. Because if you place your shift too early, then it's easily kiteable, and then they don't have the dilemma. Yeah, they can just kind of, oh, okay, I guess there's a shift. Well, maybe it would take a little damage, but it's just not as uncomfortable, as you would place it later when those guys actually take in space. I wouldn't. Well, I would still say it's okay to maybe place your shift early for just poke opportunities. You just trying to maybe farm some ult charge, but later you really need to get it back because it's a big cooldown. Yeah, it's not good to aim to just use it early when the fight is about to start. I guess this is what is gonna be important. So commit a new space. Yeah, make sure most of your teammates are active. Okay, I'm just writing down. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of people they still not as good at this idea. Maybe Sapir sometimes they actually fine at recognizing that opportunities, but let me see, because I don't think a lot of people get that with the shift. It just you need to find like all that positional commitment. There are times when you can also try to look for the kill, like when there's really chaotic fights. Yeah, sure, I can place that, but when the fight is about to start, you need to be careful with what you're gonna be doing with that. So maybe we're seeing, for example, there they take space. Let's see. I mean, there's gonna be actual positional commitment. The enemy kind of starts walking. I will place my shift. You can also use it early. Like, see, this is one of the examples where you might maybe have some time to just regenerate it, get it back, because why? The enemy missing one, so it's more forgiving. But when the real fight starts with a 6v6, then we either need to have the shift up. Like now, it's gonna be 6v6. Okay, let's think about just placing it slightly. Like when there is my team is ready to commit, and I place it behind. See, it's kind of sitting there. They're waiting, but then they actually commit, and I think they're gonna place it. Yeah, so it's. I hope you can see it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just go back a little. Again, the Hulk jumps in. I notice the commitment, and I place it behind. Yeah, like a May wall or something. So if this Hulk walks back, they're just gonna take a lot of damage. So they have a dilemma. Yeah, they either push in or they're just gonna waste their resources. It also separates people. Yeah, thinking about like Maywall. If this guy will have uncomfortable time pushing in and following up on what the Hulk is gonna be doing, but this is good enough. You just need to try to see if there's any commitment. Usually, I suggest to try to place your shift if there's a stationary targets, because those are it's not as easy for them to kite, yeah. Maybe Wolverine is more stationary compared to Hulk, or just someone like Magneto, it's also not as easy for them to kite as well. But notice, once this happens, then they can look to do so. Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, does it make sense? Yeah, so two things. Shift, your E might help you out a lot. Using the ultimate to survive there. It's unfortunate your Loki died. Well, we
I mean, this whole game was kind of a, excuse my language, was kind of a shit show.
right.
Our team.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes we do get the games like that.
Good learning experience.
Yeah. So now, this is where our thought process starts. We're thinking about all your abilities again. Thinking, are those getting value, and when is the best time for us to use that? So right now, the shift. We place it here. What do you think?
I guess they didn't fully commit. I think at the time was hopefully the tank would have committed, and then I could have pushed that, kind of put pressure on their squishies. Their tank didn't commit, so I don't think they're. So I don't think I'm going to get a lot of value out of this besides some damage.
Yeah. It's kiteable. Yeah, it's kiteable now, and the fight is about to start. The fight is about to start. There's not as forgiving. You don't have the time to do it, and there's no poke phase basically. Yeah, you're not gonna get it back when this guy's gonna walk in. So just make sure they walk past the line first, and then we're gonna be sewing it in behind them. So it's easier for you to control the space. Because now, think about it on Overwatch like Winston Bubble. Remember, you place a Winston Bubble now, this is really bad because they can easily kite it. Yeah, but when the enemy actually commits, then we can think about it. Right. So might be it seemed like, okay, we almost got it back when they actually started pushing too, but yeah, it's just like what matters is really those seconds of value. You could be separating already and are scared of those other guys to push, and we can maybe place it behind the Thor and just, the backline, hit the backline too if possible, stuff like that. Right, trying to just dodge this.
Yeah, and then there's the lantern, but I was dumb.
That's okay. Let's watch the next fight.
Yeah.
So the team's still fighting. We got it back. Oh, you guys should be okay. Unless something weird's gonna happen. Okay, your cloak and dagger went in really deep. Okay. Yeah, this is where your thought process starts. Yeah, this guy is committing. Okay, watch the time. Yeah, when you could be using the what you could be looking for. Yeah.
So I could definitely shift here.
Yeah, you can.
He's kind of trapped in that space. I mean, he's gonna get hit hard, and I can push him right back into it.
Yeah,
out.
You can shift, and also don't forget, because you use the dash, you can just try to keep displacing them there. They just got stuck in the wall. If you couldn't see, just let me show you again. They like use the dash and then they get stuck in the wall. This is the time. This is the time for you to also shift, because there's a good opportunity for you to get the kill, and then maybe they start to using the dash again and then pull them back in the shift. Yeah, out. Yeah, out from away from you, but towards the shift. For example, because you need to try to get more damage done this way while staying alive. Yeah, you don't want to be really close to this guy. Yeah.
No.
And see, like,
trust me, I learned that.
And you see it like later, 2 seconds. If you're using it later, then don't commit it yet. Yeah, like now, if you messed up the timing there, we have to again wait for the commitment. Yeah, you can also anticipate the stuff like the ultimate. I think when they start using it, you can still boop them, if I'm not mistaken. This immune succeed, but when they just start, I think you're still able to boop them. It's really hard, I think, but you can try to do some testing. You definitely can when they use the additional dash there, start displacing them now. Yep, so don't, you see, it's kind of not the best time. You know, you have the dash, just right after the dash, do something. It's gonna be easy. This guy is really after you, okay? Yeah.
Oh, he comes after pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. I mean, I didn't know what to do. He just, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
that's alright.
Yeah.
Okay, it's good we're taking the top. Love to see it. Have the additional line of sight. Not sure what we drop. No need. Could stay there still. But that's alright.
Okay.
I'm just thinking about that. There's no
I wonder if
downside.
I'm just paranoid about Thor right now. I think I'm paranoid about Thor.
Well, yeah, you can be. Just
Maybe.
think about it this way. Okay, I'm paranoid about Thor. What I do to mess him up? Yeah, it's you learn it, and then
Yeah.
you pay
Yeah.
attention to CDs, and it's gonna be really like it's really annoying. Like if I because I've been playing a lot of Thor as well. It's really annoying if the good wisdom of noticing the downtimes when you actually use one of your abilities and they pull you in or out depending on the situation. I just need to redefine those timings. You understand that the cooldowns, this is when there's downtime happens. Like on any support, yeah, you can always punish the actions. The idea is, again, mouse one forces their CDs, and then we can punish those guys with our own CDs. Yeah, this is the most simple idea. Of course, it's not always gonna be that you have to wait, but to be honest, it's not about even waiting. You just generate the passive value somehow. By the way, I've been talking about that in the power positions section. The last video I released is just positions allow you to generate pressure, so it forces the enemy team to do an action, and later you can punish them with one of those cooldowns you have. You don't have to just wait a lot of times. And like this guy, okay, let's watch. Is it good enough reason for us to use it? Yeah, what do you think? What do you think about you there?
I'll be honest right now, I don't know if he has his cooldowns. I see Cloak and Dagger's healing ability there.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess so, just because it's a closed corner. Like, he's just going to take a lot of damage if he stays in here.
Yeah, well.
But
Yeah, but other than that, we didn't see the cooldown commitment yet. Well, kind of,
Yeah.
actually, they used the dash there, but once you get in, they already have it back, so maybe you can wait slightly longer, and then start, because you can force them to commit. Kind of think about your teammates, and sometimes when yourself as a bait, because the enemy goes on someone, you bait them to do the stupid action and then you punish them after with one of your abilities. It's completely fine. You just don't force it early. Like, don't use your shift too early, don't use your E. Yeah, it's not about holding, but just force them to make the action first off. This guy's alright. I've been searching for you. Alright, we watched a lot of the defense. Maybe watch a little bit of attack, I think, and
yeah, if you
we
want.
yeah, unless do you have any questions about anything?
Let me think. We've been going through, kind of went through some Thor ability cooldowns. Why is it? This is kind of a curveball one question because it's not what we're talking about, but it's like, why is it in this game with payload that a team can hold, like a defensive team can hold the offensive team at their spawn gate for like 4 minutes, and then the offensive team will win a fight, and then somehow the offensive team will push the payload all the way to the third point without ever like losing another. I don't know if that happens at your guys' level.
Oh,
It's
I'm
like,
not playing as much. My level is, I think, would be the same as yours probably because I don't have as much playtime. But you know, yeah, yeah. Oh, anyway, yeah, I know.
Like,
So the
I
question is why
noticed-
this happens. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, and also especially like second point. I noticed like, and I'm gonna throw myself in here that most people don't know how to defend second point on these like convoy maps. I swear people just don't know what to do. And I'm throwing myself in there. Like maybe you don't, I'm fine, but it's just it's a observation I have made playing this game, I guess I'll say.
Yeah, no, this totally makes sense. A lot of it is just map knowledge, and a lot of people, like, as we mentioned before, they actually do not use those good power spots on the maps, which allows them to do something. Yeah, they kind of keep stacking down main, which I don't think you have to. You can actually use on the second point, there's a good middle section, and just generate a lot of pressure there, consistent pressure, to just control the map, the entire payload, where it's moving. We don't have to just keep sitting in the choke a lot of times. There's the part of that, and the part about it is also teams just better recognizing the tempo, just knowing how to stop the snowball, because your team got a big value. They have this momentum, they keep pushing. Okay, but they're not resetting, maybe don't know how to stop the snowball with their ultimates. That's how that's why it happens. If you remember Overwatch in low SR, people the games are more snowballing at any point. The games are always more snowballing. The higher you go, the last snowball it's gonna be. And right now, the
Okay.
part is, well, there's a lot of the player base, they're not as experienced as in Overwatch, yeah, so the games are still more snowbally because of that, even the high rank. But yeah, the high rank even in this game is gonna be because people recognize the tempo better, then it's not as snowbally, I think.
Okay. Of snowball effects.
Yeah, exactly. It's just you. They're not reset properly. Yeah, they don't find value with ultimates as well to
Okay.
just stop the snowball a lot of times
So,
too. All right, so
so I was gonna say, so if I'm gonna be teaching myself how to play this, one of the best things, well, one of the things I could help myself to
mhm.
improve is looking at moments like that just happened, right? Where I'd use my E.
For now,
Like,
yeah, sure, yeah. Like this is what it feels like. I would show additional just layer to. Yeah, this is something what can help you out a lot, and we always going over that on the long range supports. If you want to, I think we've been on the Overwatch, we've been coaching Kiriko. Yeah, we've been talking a lot about the angles. Yeah, angles are important, but why it's important to you right now is that you will recognize opportunities to use one of your abilities. And we can see a lot of times what happens with your positioning. Yeah, if you're trying to use your shift comfortably or trying to use you, to be honest, a lot of times do not have the comfortable sightline to do so. Okay, so if I'm looking at it right here, all of this is really clumped up together. Well, obviously, you can try to shoot through. Yeah, your shots, they're going through the enemy. So it's another thing. You can try to shoot the corners a little bit more. But to be honest, if I'm trying to recognize the opportunity to do something, do I have to be in a point or can I be somewhere else to just have the comfortable sightline right now? What do you think? You're trying to apply pressure towards the choke, and yeah, do you just have to sit on point there, or can you do anything else?
I wouldn't mind if it was my choice. I would love to take a DPS to me and go left. Try to
Yeah,
push the Loki and everyone off the high ground. I
yeah,
don't like that at all.
yeah,
As a
yeah.
support.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. You need one of you can actually take one of these angles when there's visibility. I think you can make it if you're on the point. You can actually jump on top later if possible. Yeah, once those guys gonna be, you can also put some pressure on them and then later take the position. But see, all of this is the part of your resource management because you are taking better sightlines. See, like instead of here, I can potentially do what I may just think about the sharper long range sightline. Yeah, let's just call it angles. Yeah, I'm thinking about just general. The concept is I'm trying to take somewhat of a sharp off angle. Yeah, off angle with the range. So if my people, the most of my core is at A, why cannot I be somewhere at B and have the long range sightline? Well, it can be on top, it can be down there. But this creates you more opportunities and diverts the enemy attention. And because you're diverting the enemy attention, then you might force them to do something. So you will have the E opportunities. Yeah, you're not just playing stacked with your team. Yeah. And meantime, you can also try to I think search, yeah, it's going to be easier for you to land the abilities. Like we could see with the high rank players a lot of times, even though you're playing with women, it feels, well, you don't have as much mobility, so you take those softer off angles. But when the opportunity, when there's opportunity to do so, you still try to open up. Yeah, I'm not stacking with my team a lot of times. So you'll see that the best players that do that. So for example, my core is over here. I don't have to sit with them, behind them, right there at the position A. I can stay on the sharper long off angle, and this creates more pressure. It just I'm able to do more. I have the opportunities to see the field better, and is what you can look for. Yeah, long range off angles in addition to just in connection with abilities, because if you don't have the best position, then it's going to be hard for you to use abilities. Yeah, and then you actually see them later once there's possible. They will try to take better positions. For example, this top there. Yeah, why I cannot sit on top for time being and just keep applying pressure this way. But then later, when there's a good reason for me to drop, you can also do that, of course. Yeah, maybe you're about to get a kill, maybe there's just someone to push around the corners. Yeah, so you can do that totally. But most of the time, yeah, we don't have to exactly sit on the point. You can try to open up the sideline if possible.
Okay.
Yeah, does it make
So
sense?
yeah, so when you say off angle, there must be like a main angle, right? I
Main
know it sounds weird. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
Whatever it's called.
it sounds accurate. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
So
then off angles are like they're still helping out with the main angle, but they're just not like in that same position, the same
yes, yeah, you understand it
Okay.
correctly. Yeah, you just
Okay.
need position away from your core. I think that is something.
Okay.
If you remember our last session on the Kiriko, we probably talked about that. It's just the angle control allows you to divert the attention to control the space better.
Mhm.
Not position with the rest of my core, but rather do something. Do something from my position and supporting the main angle. So yeah, definitely long range off angles.
Okay.
Start with that. And you could see that as well. Maybe if we go back on any previous segments, especially the second point, I think you mentioned that. It's just a lot of times we are on the point. This is not good. Yeah, we need to be somewhere else. We need to just play
Okay.
away from card to give the enemy team a dilemma. Either they push you or they push the card. But now we're making it so much easier for them to just stay and punish you.
And
You will see it later. Like now, for example, we on this main lane, but the question is, can I be anywhere else, take an additional off angle potentially?
and I'll be honest, because this is that second point I'm talking about, I don't know where to go. I guess high ground in a way.
Yeah, exactly. Like it is this. Yeah, maybe try this. You also have capability. I think once your team is pushing up there, there's also another sideline over here. But yeah, this high ground is going to transform later, actually. So you can also use it in a more free way. Yeah, like when the high ground just like that, there's a lot of opportunities it gives you. So once it's built fully, yeah. So it gives you a lot of opportunities in controlling space. And you might force the action from the enemy team because of it. Okay, yeah, let's keep watching. Right. So now we're just kind of holding this down main lane. And the question is, again, are we able to move at any better position? Yeah, are we able to take that sort of off angle? So what do you think about your position here? What is that position you could be moving towards? Or maybe this is good enough?
I don't. Personally, I don't hate it because I can heal and do damage. I
Mm-hmm.
probably should be behind the car, or maybe even be. I could be behind the payload, maybe.
Are you taking off angle if you're behind the payload right now?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so where's the off angle option then?
Um. To the right of Groot.
Yeah, why not to be here?
I see
Yeah,
it.
potentially, yeah, later. You can just try to position this way. Why do we have to play point? Well, obviously the point should be moved eventually, but when the fight is about to start, you need to make sure you're contributing to the fight. You have map control, and later you can push the objective. Yeah, it's always important to push the point, but when the fight starts later, you need to have the position. Like, why not be here, have the greater sideline? You would be killing that Thor if you had a good sideline right now. Yeah, or you could be also placing your shift in a better way, and suddenly it's not blocked by something random. Remember when your shift got blocked by Magneto? It's the part of you not taking the angles because you stuck down lane. It's just so easy for them to block all the incoming damage. You see, oh, everybody's stuck in shock. Perfect. I use my shield, but how hard it's gonna be if you take different angle of attack for them to block all of that? Yeah, just potentially. Yeah, there's no Magneto now, but yeah. Anyway, and just as a theory.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see it. I could have killed him right here. Yeah.
Yeah. And you also have your abilities, so you can generate the pressure. Still, you can. I mean, you can use your abilities to just pull them in, out, or use your shift, so it's completely fine. Okay. So maybe there's gonna be, for some time, we're gonna be just pushing that choke, and that's okay. Just maybe apply pressure from here, and eventually. Yeah. So what do you think about that, E?
Sorry, let me see it again. I mean, I'm kind of using my own. I know I'm kind of, I feel like it's okay because even though he didn't use an ability, I forced him to do something here. I forced him to at least use his own.
Yeah.
Now he's up there weak,
See?
and
Yeah.
people see it too.
Yeah. You see that? Yeah, now, like, you forced him to use the cooldown. Who got better cooldown trade? Yeah, your cooldown is on 6, where his cooldown is on 15. Okay, so this is what you're looking for, yeah? Mm-hmm.
And he's weak, so he can't be spamming damage right now. So
Yeah.
that gives my team more time to push
Yeah.
safely.
Yeah, exactly. This is the main point. Yeah, we're just trying to make sure we get about a cooldown trade out of everything there. Yeah, maybe HP trade in addition, because like in the case of Thor, if they use the dash, it's on 2 seconds cooldown, right? But if you catch them once he use the dash, then later maybe you get better cooldown trade. So this guy is completely out, for example. So this is how you watch it. Yeah, they made a positional commitment. Sure, we can try to punish them, and you confidently get better cooldown trade. Let's do it. Now let's try to pull them in. And see what it does. You stay in point there. Well, it just... all you guys stacked. Okay, where should he be right now?
I mean, I guess I should be on point, really.
Where?
Sewer Girl's got a good position. I mean, I could be to the right, just somewhere by the doors. Yeah.
Is it good? Well, is it long range
It's not
sideline there?
great. I mean, I guess I could hit him. Maybe it's not the best though.
Yeah, it sounds good long range. Yeah, you kind of mid to long range character. So, what is another way?
What's left look like?
Yeah,
Where Sewer Girl's
yeah,
at?
this is better. Right there. You see, and you're gonna be fighting for this area too. You can still shoot those guys. You want to shoot those guys? Do it from here. You know, it's all right. Yeah, and later the rest of your team will be pushing, and it'll be fine. So you'll actually not die from DOE ultimates like that too. You see, this what happens if we just keep stacking. You can of course anticipate, do the double jump, play corners, cover.
There'd be a shift in there. My shift would be in there, spamming a lot of damage. Instead, I have to walk back. Okay.
Yeah. You guys have to reset now, slightly, yeah, because they use some of their ultimates. Yeah, that's where we starting in. I think it's, if you have the ultimate, then sure you can maybe ignore the setup a little bit more. Yeah, try to push. That's okay. But yeah, it's just consistently. Once you don't have an ultimate, maybe there's no big advantage. Thinking what we can do with our positioning there first. Alright, this guy is on us as well, but I just wanted to recognize, like, your positioning after the ultimate. Where can you be right now? Where could you be?
With high ground, I would assume. Either high ground or... Yeah, I prefer that.
Yeah, high ground is okay. Yeah, you have the lone sideline, and suddenly this guy is not able to ult all of you. You just will split their attention, and it's gonna be easy for you to deny that as well. You will have better overview. And if you want to push more space, then you can do it from here. You can still fight. Yeah, the same area. This is your power position in a way. If you're gonna watch the lesson, this is power position. This is good because I'm able to control this spot over here, this, the entire time. It just gives me more value, consistent value. Right. Does all of it make sense, or any questions?
So far, everything has made sense. I have a good understanding. I'm learning. Yeah.
Nice. All right. That's good. Well, I think what we can try to do, we have some time. We could try to do a game on those concepts. Maybe just try to play and apply some of this, if you don't mind. Are you fine with that? You want to try this out?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll probably get my butt whooped, but yeah, we could do it.
Yeah, let's do that.
I don't know how to share my screen though.
Just click on the bottom bottom left, share your screen. I will show you. Give me a second. So it's right there. Share your screen. Click on that, and then choose your application. Well, if I stop streaming, you can see it now. Okay. But yeah, anyway, on the top left, bottom left. Sorry. Just click on that.
Share your screen. You said.
Yeah, you can share your screen or application. Marvel Rivals.
Oh. Share screen. Also share entire screen. Entire screen would be fine. I don't think I have anything to hide.
Yeah, it's okay. Just share the screen where you have the application on, and it's all good.
Yeah. There? You see it?
I think I should be able to. Let me take a look. Yeah, it's working nice. Yep.
Okay.
Alright, let's do... If you're comfortable doing competitive match, let's do comp. If you don't feel like you warmed up enough, we can do quick play, but yeah.
I hit like 30 seconds in practice just to spam some damage, just kind of get the brain
Yeah,
going,
of
just for
course.
like 30 seconds.
Of course, you
In and
can
out.
do practice or do match is also quite nice if you just want to take more frequent
Yeah.
duels. Yeah, just do this first, warm up.
Not even that. I just want to spam because I've been away from this game for a couple of days.
That's alright. That's alright.
Like that. Yeah, just
Alright, so our focus mainly is gonna be yeah, what do you want to focus on actually? Out of all what we've been mentioning so far.
a second. Hopefully I can hear you while playing this game. I'm worried I might not be able to hear you as we're playing.
Yeah,
But to answer your question, I guess just the stuff we talked about, the ability cooldowns and trying to get some good trades and maybe try to keep an eye on my like angles, I guess, for myself. I'll try to
yeah. So be careful. See, you mentioned a lot of things there. Just try to keep yourself focused on 1-2. I think it's gonna be enough. Maybe just pay attention to what you're gonna do with your E and shift. Yeah, shift. Once a commitment, place it behind the enemy. E, they make a commitment, also use that to displace them. Yeah, that's it. Just watch the cooldowns, commitment, and positional, and use your abilities. Let's say that. Shift and E, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. I just want to click on some stuff. Alright, competitive.
Oh, yeah. Let's do competitive. Should be good, and...
I definitely got boosted to this rank, feels like. Because the rank, my like rank to go from diamond to GM, somebody left halfway through and we were like kind of losing the match. Because they DC'd, I was able to win and get into GM.
That's okay. That's okay. Okay, so again, commitment happens, and then we use our abilities. We use our shift, we use our E as well. Let's pay attention to those.
Okay. Commitment.
Yeah, because this is what matters. You just improve the skills one step at a time, and then later we can move on to the next themes. Yeah, it's always better to work on one step at a time because there are dozens of things you can be doing better. This game is quite new. Just there's a lot of stuff really we can be paying attention to.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot.
No,
If I messed up on, sorry, I'm out. Trades, bans. Don't ban Luna.
Yeah, Storm and Wolverine and Namor, right? Okay, yeah, the usual. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Dang.
Oh, it's all right. Have kind of more stationary tanks there, so keep in mind that. But you still can, if you have capability to take a different sideline, do that, especially when you're defense. But oh wait, oh sorry, I just got yeah. This is control map. Yeah, so in this still, yeah, we're paying attention to enemy makes a commitment, using the shift and E. Pay attention to the cooldowns. You can try to maybe just press the tab, try to track what they have. So this way it makes it easy.
Okay.
Okay.
Look at that.
Yeah. Let's go. That is not a bad thing, yeah. Alright, so let's watch the enemy. Yeah, like Iron Fist is really relying on his shift. And yeah, this guy.
Okay, they have a.
Yes. Okay, this is gonna be good
Alright,
team
they
to
have
practice
time.
against. You need to watch the Spider-Man, Iron Fist, and Venom. So once they commit with their cooldowns, you can just try to pull them out and use your shift. I think it's gonna be usually on yourself because you will try to make sure you push them out this way. Because if you place it just behind them, yeah, they can get out. So just watch the commitment with their abilities. Yeah. Like Spider-Man, you can watch his swing. You can watch his mobility. Okay, okay. Yeah, I think should be going alright. Oh, looks fine.
I'm sorry, Squirrel Girl. I panicked there.
That's okay. That's okay. Just be patient. Try to think, okay, well, when they make a commitment with their mobility, then you try to displace them. That's it. This guy, Spider-Man, can try to catch maybe when they use their swing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think shift looked okay in the choke there.
Oh no.
Now it should be semi okay. Just make sure you have the distance. Meantime. Mm-hmm. So not too close. Yeah. And this guy goes in, be ready with your E. It's really, you gotta be accurate, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, shift is really gonna be most of the time when you when they make this commitment, you just need to make sure you place them. Or place it in choke like you did before as well. I think that's okay. You can keep the enemy dive team stuck in choke a lot of times. It's also decent.
Dude, get off of me, man.
I want you to try to anticipate where they might come from, so it's gonna be easier for you to aim as well, and like be ready with abilities.
Yeah, then.
Because this guy is always gonna come from the flank. Like even now, he might be flanking you. So,
Oh yeah.
So just try to predict where he's gonna be.
Alright, there he is.
Yeah. So you just want to be ready to turn around and shut him down later. Yeah. Kind of. Yeah, just staying a little bit in the middle there, but it's alright. Okay. Okay, let's just focus on the Spider-Man a little bit more. I think that's what Punish does the most. I want you to try to track him and think where he's gonna be. So you'll be ready to use your E and Shift as well to displace him. A lot of it is really game sense as well. Yeah, not just reaction. Yeah, they use something, I use something. No, you can predict. Yeah, press stop and check. Do they have Spider-Man? Okay, later you just gonna predict and try to displace him. That's gonna be the consistent way.
Yeah. Purple support? Okay.
It's alright. This comp can
Yeah.
be okay. Your Jeff will be flanking, Loki stay in long range angles. You create the crossfire with Loki, and you're gonna be good. Just don't stay at the same angle with him. Okay, you see that Spider-Man there? On the
Yeah,
right
I
side?
did.
Yeah, so be ready to react potentially. Just point the crosshair as well. Find this guy. They might be on the right side now. The right of you? Yeah. Yes, exactly. That's okay. It's just try to get ready with the shift E. It takes time, I think. It's just because Ankh as well. Yeah,
That's
well, it's just got a kill on us, but yeah, it's fine.
unlucky.
I
Oh yeah, I'm chill. I'm
Yeah.
not tilted, by the way. I'm just just playing. Just bummed out when things don't work.
That's okay. That's okay. You need the distance. You need distance if you're trying to deny the Spider-Man, though. So not to be too close. It's not like he is the biggest problem, but yeah, it's just one of the things to pay attention to. 100%. If you're dealing with divers, the distance is the key.
Cool.
Okay. All right. I can retake the HP pack and go in. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Nice, good attention, Jeff, and be ready. Think about where the threats are, so you will displace them later.
I'm sorry, Jeff. I failed you.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Strange got to you. Well, it's doable. Maybe it's gonna be tough. Well, maybe you guys need to retake with the rest of your ultimates. Just make sure you're stabilizing right now. Mm-hmm. Okay, and search for Spider-Man. Yeah, remember this guy goes. Okay. Ah, okay, that's alright. You kind of be ready to use a double jump there, and it'll be alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, the divers are tough. Okay, we can go with this a little bit more, to be honest. It's just like multiple things together, but I think it's just if you're able to anticipate the stuff, the threats, where they are, and how you position a relation, then it's gonna be much easier. I think there have been a lot of times where you had the decent angle, long range. What?
Yeah, that sounds pretty normal for me, honestly. I think I do that a lot.
Yeah. Okay, let me see it.
I make that mistake.
Can you send me the code? This one?
The one we just played. Yeah, give me a. Let me just send it.
Yeah.
Just get to it. Then that.
All right, and make sure you see my stream right now.
Yeah. Healing was way down. Can I see your screen? 1 second.
Yeah, just click on my, and you will be able
Yeah.
to see it.
Is that?
Mm-hmm.
It's not going.
It's not working.
Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, it's already up. It was already up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, continue on.
Yeah. Okay. So. The one thing, and it's just related to our angles idea, because I mentioned you need to take an off angle. A lot of times what you do is if you go in and you have your ultimates, you use it and it's okay to stay in it, but then later you keep staying and that's why you die. at the same position. You just keep playing at the choke, like we mentioned, keep playing cards or keep playing main. That's why you're gonna die. We'll see, for example, here. You're going in a fight, you have the ultimate, and you're placing on point, which, well, it's okay. Yeah, we can try to maybe push in, take space with that, and there's a lot of stabilization you need to do. But see, once the ultimate wears out, this is what happens a lot of times to you. Because you keep staying at the position where the ultimate is, and once it wears out, because you keep doing that, then you die. Yeah? If you remember in Overwatch, there's Zenyatta. Yeah, the Zenyatta, when you use Transcendence, they kind of use their ultimate, yeah, stay really close to the team. But when the ultimate wears out, we need to be ready to just have the long range angle. Okay, so this is what I want you to pay attention to as well, just relation to all angles. If you have the ultimate, then there's not forgiving once the ultimate is out, you staying on a point, because that's why you die a lot of times. So maybe to give you another example, I think there was the end of this here, just probably, yeah, I think the first point, I think there was one time is when we're gonna have the first ultimate, maybe, or the second one. I don't remember entirely. Yeah, might be this one too. This one is good. Okay, so we'll see that.
I had two,
yeah,
so.
exactly. So the ultimate's been used there. If you just have this 5 seconds earlier, and you keep staying point. But then later you need to be ready and now take the different angle. And the question is, where could you go right now?
I guess on to I don't know, over here. There's tanks over here. They're.
What's your long range off angle option? Up here? Yeah, like there.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, one of the possibilities. At least doing that, yeah. Maybe I can also go
maybe
here.
down here, maybe
yeah.
where thing died.
Yeah, that's okay, but definitely not in the point. And because you stay in the point now, again, it's leading to yourself taking a lot of pressure. You're forced to use your abilities. So you pull back, and you're actually able to stay alive there. But still, yeah, if you would have the better position, then it would pull more attention towards the enemy, because you get more consistent pressure without using your double jump. And later, when they actually go on you, then you use that. Yeah, instead of just staying point where the pressure is. Yeah, we're staying out in the open. Yeah, you're playing really squishy support. It's gonna be difficult. Yeah, difficult for us to survive. Yeah, like I mentioned, emphasis on cover as well. About this, really, the best timings for you to disable, just know these cooldowns, just divers in general. The specific is, they will try to use, it's either their swing ability, or they try to use one of the combos. It's, yeah, they're playing controller as well, but yeah, it's just, when they pull in, I just wanted to, I'm gonna watch it slower. So when they try to get closer to you, this ability, okay, so they will use, I forget the name, but this here, okay, it's just on 8-9 seconds cooldown. So they usually will try to stick you. That's one of the first things you can keep an eye on. It does, there's an animation for it. Yeah, you can see that. And once they start doing that, they will try to pull you in and do the combo. Okay, this is the best way for you to mess them up if they're committing towards you. And you see you doing that right now. It displays them. I think you're gonna, yeah, displays them, and they're not gonna be able to land the rest of their abilities. This is what you need to recognize, those kind of moments, and just be, I think it's hard, because this guy is really mobile, yeah, really just one of this divers, yeah, they have small hitbox, but once they commit, you can try to displace them, so they will not be on you as much, yeah, a little bit more. It's just more consistent. I think it was maybe the last fight as well. That's another thing. Just when they commit, I can try to watch what they're doing, have the distance. Let me see. I think here we didn't have time. Yeah, it's just the fight before. Okay, so this is, well, this here. I think this is when we got killed. That was here, I think. Now this example, watch about the ultimate as well. You don't wanna stay there. Okay. And then we are in the fight. I think it's gonna be around there. Yeah, you stabilize around this Moon Knight. You just help them out, but then later, you need to pay attention to the guys. Taking angle. So the reality, there are two people. Just Moon Knight and the Spider-Man. Okay, the Spider-Man is over here, and the Moon Knight is over there. Okay, so your attention always has to be sometimes just diverting between two angles as well. It might be difficult, but I just recommend, because there might be multiple threats pushing you, just start actively tracking one, and later you can track more. That is something what we can elaborate on in the future sessions too, if you need just how to practice the awareness. But yeah, you see, it's kind of because your attention is only one angle, then it becomes difficult for you. Yeah, like now, you see what's more dangerous right now, like this Spider-Man or like this Doctor Strange or this guy on the right here. You see that? What do you gotta
I
disable
guess
right now?
the Moon Knight. You
Yeah,
gotta
the
push him
Moon.
away.
Yeah, pressure him away first while keeping in mind this. And once the guy pulls in, just like that, you can try to displace him with your E. So you creating the distance between you and him. And of course, the double jump also helps, but you see, you just kind of got between two fires right now. The Ankh didn't pressure that guy, and later just start panic, and it's difficult for you to do things. Yeah, we have the E sitting there, the shift as well. So, yeah. Stuff like that, I think, mostly. Yeah, it requires practice. The more practice these is gonna be, really. But yeah, the divers is something what can punish you as a stationary character a lot of
So what
times.
do I need to practice on mainly? Would you say? Like, what's
The things
one or
the
two
things we
things
went
I
over
can?
today. So what
Okay.
we went over today with you?
For me, it was kind of the finding some soft off angles as Invisible Woman
Hmm.
and trying to use your abilities to kind of trade with other abilities mainly,
Okay.
or uh, to those are the two main takeaways I'm trying to think of. I'm sure there's two other things
Hmm.
I'm trying to remember. Use your abilities to trade, and then probably try to use them to try not to use them until the fight has initiated, which I think maybe sometimes I struggle with. I don't know.
What about your abilities get better cooldown trade, but what is based on? What kind of factors you need to look at to be able to
Um,
just use those effectively?
I don't know. Is it positioning?
Yeah, was one positioning. Okay. What was another one?
Um, Range? I don't know. I'm sorry.
What in the
Um,
example of the Thor? What we went over before with you? What was not ideal about our E usage? What we didn't do there to just punish him?
um, yeah, we didn't punish him when he committed
Yeah, yeah. And
his
what's commitment
abilities.
based on? Yes. Okay. So what
His
do you need?
abilities, right?
Abilities. Yeah. This is gonna
So
be
I
another
need
thing.
him to use my left click to pull out his abilities.
Yes, you need to watch them use the things when they commit the cooldowns. You can punish. Yeah, it's one of the things you can keep an eye on. Positional cooldowns. It's something you can work on first. Okay. So we
Okay.
are trying to, let's just say E usage. Yeah, you're gonna be denying active angles. Deny active angles, and this is gonna be based on position or cooldowns. Mainly just watch their mobility or burst damage. If they're able to do a lot of that, then you need to displace them. You need to just make sure you use your E. Okay, what about the shift? What have we talked about then with you?
Um, Shifts should be used to. You can deny space. You can use it to protect yourself. You can. Um, I remember
So
we
how
were
do you deny
don't.
space? What was the what is the thing you need to do?
That's yeah. You deny space by. Uh, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think.
That's okay. Take your time.
I want to
And
deny space mainly.
what
Say.
was that about? Remember how we used our E too earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean your sorry your
Yeah.
shift. Yeah,
When they have you want to use it when they commit. Is
okay,
one thing I
okay,
remember. I do
and
remember once they commit, you want to use it.
okay, okay. And what is
Because if
based
you
on?
don't,
How do you understand if they
that's
commit?
ability usage, right?
Ability. Well, it's good. Okay, this might be good enough. But remember, because your teammates should be able to punish. Yeah, it's also important that the sidelines. You need to make sure most of your teammates are active and use your shift. Yeah, like think about your shift like a Maywall. If you place your Maywall early, my team is not able to do anything. Then it's useless. Yeah, the same is about the shift. Your pattern is you've been using the shift too early most of the time, right? You're just not
Mhm.
watching the commitment, and because of it, it's easy to kite for the enemy team or not take any damage. Okay, so place the shift behind. Make sure the commitment happens. They walk past the line where your teammates can be active and place it. Okay, and there's another thing. It's just positional. Positional to be able to use resources. It's taking angles. Yeah, we talked about what kind of angles we need to take again. So I mentioned soft angles. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just whoever's the most engaged.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's the same thing. At the very least, don't be on point, right? Try to take some high ground. When we were talking when I was about the cart, I was always on the cart instead of taking like an angle.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So to take soft angles, I guess just start there. I guess.
Yeah, you can start there, soft angles, and make sure those are decent mid to long range sightlines. Just look at the good range you have the character and position accordingly. So not keeping stuck on card. Yeah, like most of the time while you die, you actually stuck on point. For whatever reason, it's maybe after the point, after the ultimate, or maybe you also just stuck there by default. Make sure you're not there. Like you're only there if there's a big reason to do so. Like you use the invisible ultimate, sure, stay there. But once it wears out, then you don't want to stay there. Yeah, I'm gonna make a note of it too. When ult is out, get the position. Get the position later, somewhere. Okay, I think for the most part that's been it. Yeah, a little of a resource management and positioning together that can help you out. I think it should be alright.